You've seen the highs, you've seen the lows, and now we are here. The Bankroll Challenge is back. Got him, boys! Yeah, Queens! Got him, boys! He's gone. He's gone. Oh my god. Boys, we've done it. I've made it. I'm allowed out of my cage. Hello, you 71,000 beautiful souls. The Bankroll Challenge is back. It's time to prove the dream is still alive. We're going to $100,000. We already did $50 to $10,000 and streamed every single step along the way. And I was planning on doing the 10K to 100K with live poker. Turns out it's really hard to get filming permission in London. People just don't want the ridiculous free advertisement, don't know what that's about. And then I started doing some online one, and I've actually recorded maybe like 40 episodes of this online Bankroll Challenge, but I'm making it special. I'm putting in a few segments, strategy breakdowns, and a couple of other nuggets that I think you'll really love. What I'm doing here is we're going from $50 all the way up to $100,000, and I'm actually just gonna combine the 3 Bankroll challenges. My friend mentioned it to me. It's like, why are you doing so many separate things? Just make it all one. And I was like, I guess it makes a lot of sense here. Now you mention it like that. So we're gonna combine the 3. I'll put the total bankroll up on the screen now, and we'll update you on every single step of the way. I will let you know I play crazy in these GG streets. People don't know that it's me, at least not at the beginning. I think a few people caught on eventually, but I got to play, and I still am playing 30% VPIP, which, if you know a little thing about poker, that is wild stuff. And we're absolutely crushing. I won't give away the exact results yet, but we're just annihilating these people. The people there, they play very passive, very foldy, so it really suits my kind of red line, bluffing a lot kind of style. I hope you love it. It is gonna be an extremely fun adventure. I have loads of episodes saved up. And please, by the way, I've got a few things I gotta tell you about, which I'm very excited about. So stick around just one more minute before you go and watch the poker. I got a poker live tail retreat, and I'm giving away a free ticket. We have, I think, 2 more seats left and this one free ticket to give out. If you wanna come join, it's worth $5,100 or £4,200. We're almost booked out. You can come for free. All you gotta do is join the giveaway. The link is in the description. You'll find out exactly what you have to do. My new training site, Elite University, is not just going to be a poker training site. We're going to be teaching people eventually how to make money in so many different ways. There's so many giveaways. I've had a bunch of people already just like double and triple their bankrolls from these giveaways. Be a part of it. It's free to join, or you can join the Elite membership where you get a lot more giveaways, a lot more strategy, hundreds of hours of content, the whole of the last Bankroll Challenge, and all of this current Bankroll Challenge is going to be part of it as well. I'm super excited. It's a beautiful community. We have 3 coaching sessions a week. We have daily people speaking poker hands and strategy and mental health things and spiritual stuff. It is there, whatever you want it to be. And I'm actually about to move out of England to Asia, and I don't know where. I just gave away all of my stuff, and this is another reason why I've had a lot of stuff on my plate right now. I've got a family. I'm a father. Let's fucking go. Yeah, we just gave away like 95% of our possessions and packing up, living out of a suitcase and going to travel to Asia. The world's getting a little bit dangerous, a little bit dark, a little bit scary at the moment, and I think being in England just doesn't quite feel right if I want to try and maximize the amount of goods. So I'm hiring a bunch of people to run my charity, which is, there's a long story there as well. And being able to work remotely is so beautiful. So I'll take you with me to my journey. I think we're going to start in Bali in Indonesia, and then we'll go from there. And I'll have to say goodbye to this gorgeous home that I've been living in for the last 2 years. So that's a little life update. Beautiful human beings. Please just like leave a comment or message me privately and be like, hey, I'm this person, I watch your content, here's what I get from it, here's what I like, here's something about me, just share something beautiful. I love to connect with people. It's so easy to forget the numbers behind the screen are actual human beings and souls, but I just fucking love it. This giveaway, by the way, is total $7,777. So even if you can't come on the live tail retreat on October 20th, there's also a bunch of other stuff that we're giving away as part of it. All right, I've talked enough. Beautiful humans. Have a love. Well,
I can see somebody easily just bluffing off ace queen ace jack here. Only hand we're worried about is kings and ace 4, I guess. Probably not even ace 4. Call it 4 bit. Ace 3. No. Now the question is, did our snap call on the flop get him to bluff it off? I know that I would bluff it off versus a potential fish that was snap calling, so there's always a chance.
So in this hand, we have ace-king suited. We open mid-position to get a 3-bet from a probable recreational player playing 31% VPIP, although that is kind of our VPIP as well. And we go for a call. Now, ace-king suited is pretty nice to play out of position. There are more flops that we can play aggressively or more boards that we can check cool down on because we are going to hit some backdoor flush draws or some flush draws. So you'd actually rather have ace-king suited to call in these kind of positions out of position against a recreational player, in my opinion. We see a flop of 9-6-3 and a c-bet from the recreational player. It's a normal c-bet. It could be with his entire range. We're not going to think too much into it. As you will hear me saying here,
something people don't do enough is see ace-king high as a value hand.
People don't see ace-king as a value hand enough. It is going to be ahead of quite a lot of hands. It's going to be ahead of ace-queen. It's going to be trouble with ace-king, ace-jack, ace-10, king-queen, king-jack, jack-10. And people often see when they miss the flop with ace-king, they often think, oh, damn it, I've only got ace-high. But actually, you have to just assess it based on the situation. And in this situation, it is going to be the best hand a decent amount. We go for the call and see what will come on the turn. Turn is the deuce, and now he goes for a bet. But wait a second. Why is he only betting around half the pot here? Think about that for a second. If our friend, our compadre here, is sitting with pocket 9s or pocket aces or pocket kings and he wants to go for a whole stack, how is he gonna do that if he's only betting half the pot and betting pretty quickly? So now we can really narrow down his range and say, well, what kind of hands would bet this size? Maybe a flush draw, maybe jack 10 of spades, king queen of spades, maybe something like 9-8, maybe something like pocket 8s, maybe something like pocket 10s, pocket jacks that are planning on checking back the river, or maybe just going for a little bit more value. And so if we can really be that certain about our read blocking the ace and the king, and if he does decide to hero call us, we still have 6 outs if we're up against something like 10s or jacks. I think this is a beautiful spot to go for the shove. Now this looks insane. We're shoving for, what is that, almost 3 times the pot, given the sizing read that we have. GTO will never tell you to do this. F GTO. Try not to swear as much for the YouTube algorithm. Fuck it, fuck GTO. GTO will tell you never to do this, but here's why playing millions of hands and getting inside the mind of your opponent through range analysis is so important. We get the snap fold. Fuck GTO. GTO has got to go. Check out Elite University for more of these kind of breakdowns.
Size up a little bit with the set. Not so much that he's not going to check raise some stuff if he feels like bluffing. Alright, so he's got Jack X, 9X, flush draws, straight draws. Pretty much it. 9X will raise versus this, Jack X will call, flush draws will call, most straight draws will call, some will fold. Might even raise some King Jack if he's feeling spicy. Now the question is, do we try and stack a 9? I think the answer is yeah. I think we just go for it. Because he's still going to call some of his stronger draws on the turn versus this. He obviously can just be drawing dead and fold the turn. But for the times that he does turn up with a 9, this is really nice.
Jungleman Dan is one of my good friends, and he also happens to be one of the best poker players that's ever walked this planet. Now, he and I are going to be making a lot of content over the upcoming weeks, months, and maybe years. He and I have combined our forces. He's the pro GTO, I'm the F GTO, and in this video, you're going to see us breaking down 2 of the main hands from the Bankroll Challenge episode that I just posted on my YouTube channel. And if you like it, go check out the rest of it on eliteuniversity.com right now. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. So we opened here. It goes 4-way. We check call. I think flop's pretty close to just folding straight out.
There's a subtle concept that I've noticed is after a certain amount of aggression, or a certain amount of like strange actions, you could say, people basically end up in this situation that's sort of like no man's land, where they don't really know what's going on with you, and you really know what's going on with them, at least from their perspective. And they basically just roll over and play really ABC. And that one situation is where I would put that in. I just basically have a subset of situations that look like that, because basically it becomes very, very difficult to play those situations if you're anybody. And almost every single person, fish, pros, you name it, basically does not bluff enough once that happens. And once you like add in like a fourth bet on the turn or something, that it becomes one of those situations. So that's why I just keep it like less crazy, less obtuse of a situation, to let them like keep their bluffs in so they can hang themselves in a very like predictable way in those spots.
I think it's a really good heuristic, yeah. So again, we get a third pot bet and a snap call on the button, and I don't know what I do here. I hope I raise. It's like really similar to the spot earlier where we had ace king. What would you do?
I think I just call, dude. Like, you're not getting. Yeah.
Well, this guy's just got a 10 like always.
No, he doesn't.
He's betting a third. Do you think he's bluffing? What do you think he's got?
I think he could have like a pair of sixes, man. He could have like, he's a fish. Like he can have anything, you know. And they both could have fucking anything. Your hand blows to raise, and yeah, you can just win. Like, I would rather have the piece of shit to raise with than this. This hand just can win.
I think we win very, very infrequently when we call. I think the one of them has a 10 a huge percentage of the time.
I think it's pretty high, but you're getting what? You're getting 5 to 1 over 5 to 1. I mean, I would take my chances. Sure, but whatever. And I just think if you find yourself raising in all these spots a lot, people will just not fold to you.
But the thing, like we're playing in a pool of hundreds of people. Like nobody's gonna realize if I'm raising all of these spots.
I just think your hand blows too much for it. I would call and try to win. I think you can win. I mean, whatever, fine. You're gonna jam? Fucking hell. Okay.
So my thought process here is, I'm really glad I did this. My thought process is, when he bets this size and this guy snap calls, nobody has more than a 10.
Like, you're right, but
the
it
best
looks like
hand anybody has is it. Sorry?
You're right, but it looks like you're full of shit.
It does, but what are they gonna do? They have to be willing to hero call. Like, this guy has to be willing to hero call with this guy behind him. This guy's
no, they both have the option to hero call.
Right, but do you think they're gonna do it with like Jack 10?
Maybe. I don't know. People hero called me on these spots when I make these. I mean, like, it's like, if it works, it works. If like this shit just like works every single time at these stakes, I mean, okay, like, then it's good. I just wouldn't ever pick fucking eights to do it with. I think that's too crazy.
Yeah, and I really respect that at the stakes that you played at, if you did this stuff, people would catch on extremely quickly. They would see one showdown and be like, "What? Okay, it's jungle drunk. What's going on?"
Well, there's also something that there's another concept that I notice certainly applies, is that basically the more people's ranges become more people's ranges become narrower and narrower, the closer to GTO you're forced to play. And in that spot, like, you know, it's not, the ranges aren't that narrow, so you do have like quite a bit of leverage, but there is like some kind of chance that there's like some kind of chance that you can like end up just bluffing way too much, basically, or do something.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things need to go right for that play to work a lot.
Here's my thing. I just think they're gonna fold. Like, my gut after playing millions of hands just says, like, I've done these plays so many times in so many spots. I've lost loads of money in loads of spots, and I just get the feeling that people are gonna fold.
Yeah, I would go three bet or fold a lot. I would not play. Nah, I might actually. I would. You know what I would do? I would go three bet or fold a lot with like a lot of the standard range, and I would still cold call hands like 10-8 suited, as you did. I don't. I think the rake is a little bit high. I don't know though, but we'll see. Maybe they play like complete shit.
Yeah,
But
the
well,
thing is, like, if you look around the table here, there's like 2 to 3 to 4 recreational players per table. Just
oh
is
really?
yeah.
Oh, I mean that's actually very promising. That seems like very beatable. I don't know. It just feels like 10 BB per 100 just might be too much rake. I'm not sure.
It's too much for a lot of people, but it's not too much to beat it. All right, so we've bet into 2 people. The third part, fold call. What are you doing on the turn if you check Steam?
I would I think you have to bet.
What size?
It's actually a good question. Let's see. So you have basically you have 12 combinations of bluffs. And he's got quite some queens and jacks. It's kind of an annoying spot. I think you have to bet something like 2/3 of your bluff on the turn, and you have to bet like something like no, you can have maybe more bluffs than this. You can have possibly a lot of bluffs. You need to
Yeah, we
size
can have like
relatively
pocket
big.
pairs and stuff as well in our bluff range.
Um, this spot I really want to sim. Let's take a note of this spot because I'm very curious. Actually, I think that the size that you should take something like 2/3 pot to 3/4 pot, and not that frequently because you probably do have lots of bluffs. And what I want to check is if you should be calling twos, etc. on the flop. I believe the answer is no.
Wait, sorry, we bet the flop.
Or you bet the flop.
Yeah, better thirds.
Oh.
Cool.
I think I would check the turn, dude. I don't think you have a good bluff.
Cool. So
One second, I'm gonna actually take notes because I mean to send these things, and this is like one of the things I don't know. Then this is like if we're making good content for poker players, you need to be like thinking like this, like, oh shit, what the fuck do I do here with this 10-8 suited if I'm here? I need to know the answer because that's like basically hypothetically a leak, and the answer is like, you just apply your discipline, look it up in the Sims, and like create a relatively coherent strategy around that. Like that would be the way you solve this situation, and knowing that is more important than knowing the answer in this exact situation, and plus executing it.
So I definitely think about poker in a very different way to you. And
Okay.
the way that I would approach the situation is, first of all, I need to really hammer down what my opponent's range is.
Yeah.
He didn't see bet into a recreational player, so I'm taking out Jack X with a very, very large percentage of the time. Taking out slow plays in general. So he can have Queen X, definitely a lot of like Ace Queen, King Queen, Queen 10 suited, and maybe even Queen 9 suited because the recreational player. Well, it's just an open anyway. And then his other hands can be some pocket pairs like 10s and 9s. He can have Ace King, he can have Ace 10. And then I have to devise a strategy against that. Is there a way that I can make the hands that can fold, or also aces and kings, is there a way that I can make those hands fold while still not losing too much against the Queen X, which is obviously never folding? And I remember how I played this hand.
Yeah, you have one of the worst bluffs. Okay, you can do something really cute. This is an exploit that's wildly out of proportion. And by the way, the Sims do everything that you just mentioned all at once, except for the fact of counting how someone might play against the fish. You do a cute play.
The Sims do that, but what I will say is that they will also assume that the other person's playing in a way that they're not. So the outputs are going to be very, very wildly off.
You can by the way, you can no lock to let them play in that kind of way. Like that's a function of the Sims. That's how powerful they are.
Yeah, I understand. But then you have to no lock all 3 streets, and then you have to give them like different sizes. It's just like a lot of very, very difficult stuff, and then it still gives you a balanced strategy, how to beat that strategy instead of a pure exploit strategy, which in my opinion, you want to be playing in most spots pure exploit.
Here, I don't agree with pure exploit because people will feel that really hard if you're pure exploiting them. I tend to lean more on the side of exploit them like enough of a percent where they don't know, and they do not adjust. That's the
The
side
thing,
that I
the
lean
thing is,
on.
we're in a 200 Zoom pool where there's a lot of people, and
Yeah.
nobody knows who I am at this point.
Okay, I mean, this is reasonable. Whether this is good or not just purely depends on how your opponent responds. I do stuff like this sometimes. Sure, you picked like the worst bluff combo possible, though. I mean, I think it's,
Yeah,
I think
sure
it's, you know, probably, I think it's reasonable. That's a cute play.
I think the idea for me is like,
It looks like
if I min bet the turn, he's gonna raise a queen very, very often, and he's definitely not gonna snap call a queen. Like, he's at least gonna think about raising a queen.
Oh yeah, that's true. I actually didn't think of that spot that way. Well, I think of it a lot that way, but yeah, I think that's an interesting point for sure. No, I think it's a reasonable way to do things. I would think also that he just calls the turn wide as fuck, and now when you over at the river, his mind just goes into this thing of like, what the fuck's going on? I guess I fold. Like, that's roughly what goes through his head.
I think
For the
also
most
because
part.
he'll probably also think that I'm a recreational player at this point because I got 33% and he doesn't recognize who I am.
Sure. I mean, that's one advantage of people not knowing who you are. And it's very it's very unorthodox play. Yeah, I mean it's very defensible. I mean, obviously GTO is gonna call whatever, but yeah.
These flops are nowhere near as nice to lead as something like 9-7-5. Because his range really interacts with the jack a lot. The jack 9, the king queens of the world, etc, etc. We'll check down and allow him to bluff if he wants it. So with this size, he's repping a set or a straight. He does still have the combos of king queen that he might decide to. Whoa, terrible. He might decide to bluff on the river, so we'll just check all it. Alright. You'd expect me to want to just blast off here because it looks like it's a fucking sick combo, but have you ever tried making a recreational player fold a parent straight draw? There's a million combos of those. So. Gonna make a very exploitative give up. And he had a pair and a straight draw. So yeah, he's probably calling up to fucking like 16 big blinds. And I don't want to bet more than that because he also has 2 pairs and straights. So. Tick, 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 tick. I'm on. I actually thought I was suited for some reason. Oh, I'm suited up here. Clubs. I thought I had king queen of clubs. Winner twice? You wanna win twice? Not this time. Snaps A6 suited. Oh, he's jack suited. What is my brain doing right now? Did I have A6 over there or something? I think I did. That's funny. No, I don't want to cash out. Nice. What's my brain doing? Goes to show you, do I need to be able to read the board to be able to be good at poker? So I'll go bigger with a weaker hand here, but a small hand I definitely want to call. Sorry, fucking brain right now. Jesus, what? I had an interesting day yesterday. But the hand this strong I definitely want to call, so I just dominate everything. And we're going to snap call any river size. Turns out with all the jack 10s and 10 9s of the world that I feel like they have to bluff. That's another spot where, you know, if he bets the river, fucking everyone just folds. But yeah, anything under an overbet, so pot or less, It's fucking always a bluff there. Yeah, every now and again it's not. Everyone's like, I got ace high. What am I gonna do? I could have better hands. Range analysis. Actually did a free range analysis masterclass. I think you can still, yeah, you can still sign up for it on.
I don't think it's for free anymore, but there is a bunch of free stuff on eliteuniversity.com.
It's kind of just a placeholder thing right now. But
eliteuniversity.com.
free 2-hour range analysis masterclass. It might be the best content I've ever made in apart from actual long masterclasses. And the Bankroll challenge. Yeah, and give you it for free. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I love you.
Welcome to Epiphany Products. This is not a paid advertisement. This is just me recommending something to you that has worked beautifully in my life to make my life so much better, happier, joyful, blissful. And the first thing I'm going to be giving to you is ceremonial cacao. Now, ceremonial cacao quickly is a plant medicine. It's a very gentle plant medicine. It's not a psychedelic drug or anything like that. It's a little bit like coffee, but what it does is it makes you creative, opens your heart, blasts your heart open, and really helps you connect with yourself, with your creativity, with your loving nature, with your family. People sing with it, they dance with it. Check out the best one that I've ever found is this one called Cacao Cita. I've probably tried about 25 different brands, so I'll leave the link for Cacao Cita in the description below. I hope this is a good segment for you. If you can come up with a better name for it, let me know in the comments. Peace.
Yo, Robbie? I think. Might be the other way around. Would it be more of a Robbie if I could see my opponent's whole cards as I was playing? Well, that's up to you to tell me. I don't have opinions anymore. Because the person that cared most about it, who I wanted to help most, has stopped wanting to chase it. So, shout out to them. Shout out to all the people that get very upset over other people having different opinions. It's always something the poker world's very good at. Now the question is, how quickly are we gonna snap call this motherfucker down? Oh, what? Oh my god, I flipped 10-4. Oh man. Thought it was a wild day yesterday. My brain's in a different gear. Yeah, so again, with a worse hand than queens, I'd go bigger, but we don't want too much fold equity. Alright, what I love to do with misclick limps is turn it into something good. I like to turn it into something very sexy and start rapping aces. I'm even hoping for a fucking call. Do it. Do it. Fucking call again, I dare. He does have 12 combos of Jack-10, which is an issue. Tell you that for free. And there are the 12 combos. He's always going to be raising there because he just puts me on it. He thinks I'm a fish with aces essentially, so he's just going to raise all his Jack-10, which is another benefit of overbetting. We get loads of folds, we get loads of calls from combo draws, and then we get Jack-10 still to raise and just get to fold.
I love to help out smaller creators, and here's an excerpt called Epiphany Inspirations. Now, this person, the first person I'm going to be mentioning is Antama. I listen to his music more than I listen to any other music in 2022, says my Spotify. Check out this little excerpt of his song called Just to Live. I will leave a link to his music in this description below. If you like it, go check it out. I'll also leave a link to his Instagram. All the love, beautiful people. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
Yeah, you guys like this content? Like to see me play? grinding up a roll on GG. I literally I had $500 on it. And I was like, fuck it, let's just grind this up. Let's do another bankroll challenge. I won't even show people. And as you can see, I've got at least 1K on the table right now. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. You just check or leave, man. Have you chosen death? I think he's chosen death. Got size that, you know, we're keeping in the ace tens of the world. Clean setup. Now the last thing in the world you want to do here is snap shove. The last thing you want to do. It looks too much of an obvious spot where your value hands would know they want to snap jam. Your bluffs would have to really fucking think about it. Look at all those missed draws. Doesn't know what to do with himself. Oh, he had to misdraw himself in the mind. Alright, let's call it last hand. End on a bang. And we're going a little bit smaller with aces. Sadly. Discipline fold. Beautiful people. I love you. Stay healthy. Stay wise. Subscribe to the channel. I got above 60,000 on YouTube. It's pretty cool. And bear with me whilst we're creating a new type of content. It's gonna be sick. Trust me on that. It's gonna be very, very sick. And I've told some people about it, but there's also something else that's in the works too. And we're gonna create content that's the poker's never seen before. So keep subscribed to be the first one to hear about it. You can sign up through my affiliate link. I'll leave a link in the description to Coin Poker. You get a shit ton of free stuff. Anyway, I love you. Bye.